Oh, I like that. Woo!
Good evening, everybody. How you doing? It's wee Paddy from across the shop with my two co-hosts. We have to my right, wee Justin, and to my other right, it's wee Mikey from. He's from YouTube somewhere.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, definitely. Baldy's Blades on YouTube.
I'm definitely from somewhere, but I'm not sure where.
Yeah, and he just doesn't make videos. He just opened the channel for fun to tease us all.
It was just his way of getting famous on other people's shows.
Living on the back of other people. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Standing on the shoulders of giants.
Yeah. Just using it as a way in to get some nice knives.
Yes, they're very well.
How's that working out?
Pretty good, actually, yeah.
Yes, you're very welcome. Tonight we're going to have a scenario video where I've set a plot to the two boys. We have not discussed it other than the rules. And I don't know what the two boys have got. They don't know what I've got. Well, Justin's maybe seen some, but as it is, we've got a scenario. It was a brief scenario, and then they have to fill in the gaps. I'll probably start tonight because I made the rules up, so I'll get mine out of the way first.
Why not?
But
please don't change the rules halfway through, will you? Like you normally do.
Anything. I want to show a wee knife that I got. You've just shown one to us that you'll want to show.
Go.
I've got one I want to show. You got any knives you got this week that you want to show, Mikey?
Possibly.
Don't show the Arthur Wright one because that's the one I'm showing. This is one that I got this week. This is an Arthur Wright special factory order. This is for Moonraker. Tony, isn't it Tony over?
It's Tony, yeah, Tony.
Tony and his wife over at Moonraker. They got this. He had the block with the wood. This is spalted maple, is it?
No, it's not maple, is it? It's something else, I think.
An olive wood?
No, it's not olive wood. No.
Can't remember what it is, but it is flipping beautiful. Now this is the show side. The pile side isn't so good, but it still looks lovely. But that is just the most gorgeous pile side. Normally, I find if you get one side it's always the pile side. So it's really nice to get the show side with that absolutely beautiful, lovely. And in hand, it's quite wide. It's got that bulbous end to it, which just fits my hand absolutely perfect.
Stop it. Don't rise to it. Be the better man. It's
really good. It's about an 8 pull. It's beautifully centered, lovely knife.
It's funny, I've never seen Slippy spell tree that way before.
Birch, it's spalted birch.
Curly birch, was it? Was it curly birch?
Oh, curly birch.
Spalted curly birch. It's beech.
Oh, we have some contention in the ranks.
Oh my good God!
And then we have mossy birch. And yes,
it is mossy birch. Exactly right. I think it is mossy birch.
But I think that Tony speaks for all of us when he says. Sorry. When he says
mossy birch,
mossy birch, that was the one.
He says,
I remember the mossy.
That's that. I agree with Tony on this.
What's that short for?
It's wood, and it's really pretty, and I love it. So Justin has one here to show you.
Yeah, and then I got this one.
Oh,
look at that.
Look at that.
I know for a fact this is walnut.
That's better. That's perfect.
Look at that. And this makes number 3 of my Shatton Morgan coffin shield collection, which is very, very cool. And this is a half whittler, and I have not got a half whittler, so it's the first as well. And listen to that.
The half whittler in the 62, which is a nice one to get as well.
GC.
It's a 62, the GC half whittler.
Yeah, there was a couple. I've seen a couple of them out and about, but it didn't jump because
there's a lovely black ebony one, which is a club knife for we call your man down in Devon that sells GECs. Mike. He bought them a couple of years ago. He bought a whole batch of them for his. It's got the little bird, which is a
wee lark or sparrow or
no, it's a local sort of bird down there. I can't think of it anyway. But yeah, he sells them at their reasonable price too, because he bought them quite a while ago. So you get them at a half decent price.
Very nice.
So, Mikey, you any new knives? Let's show us something. Well, I'm not going to say any new knives. Show us one of your new knives. Oh, that's nice.
That's another Arthur Wright.
That's a standard Arthur Wright in olive wood.
Oh, that's lovely.
This is one that was picked up by me. Look, I've got a bag of them.
all olive wood.
All olive wood, yeah. And these,
Are you buying them for your other friends?
Yeah, for the ones that I like. Yeah.
Just a miserable wee shit.
Sorry,
there's me language again. That's twice now.
So,
I'm going to tell Sal.
Yeah, so these are olive wood Barlows, and just like the one that you showed us, Stephen, these were all done by Ashley. Fantastic. So anybody that got one of those knives off of like Moonraker, you've basically got an Ashley.
Yeah, there was only about 21 or 22, 21. And they're all gone now. Sorry.
There was 21.
Mikey had sent me a wee text. We don't get any information from Arthur Wright, but Mikey had spotted them. I think Mikey and Slippy had seen them, and Mikey sent me a message, and I went straight on there and then, because that's what you have to do when there's limited. Go on, buy it. I was lucky to get it, so they were gone by the next day.
Yeah, they were gone in about 2 days flat, but there will be some more coming.
Of the same material?
It's the same wood, but the next batch is a lot greener. It's got a lot of green in it. Very, very green.
Oh, lovely.
And again, there'll only be about 21 of those.
Will you let me know when you're... See, I get Mikey to do it because I'm not very good at checking up these sites. I'm not even on half of them. So Mikey is my man in the know.
Eyes on the ground.
Eyes on the ground. And let me tell you, nothing get past them eyes. He has Batman-like powers.
Yes, very true. But in that he gets first dibs.
Yeah.
And then maybe he might remember to call us. Maybe might remember to call us.
We've all had a nice knife this week. Anybody in the audience, if you've had a nice new knife this week, just name us the one that you like the most, and put it in the discussion there, and we'll see if we can talk about it and whether we like your decisions and how you can change your collection in the future. Well, you know. You're
not really going to read them, are you? Because you don't really read the comments.
No, they're not even on my computer. The other thing I want to say, I just want to keep you updated on the club knife. We're still waiting on the knives to come back from the grinder who's doing the knives a minute, because we told you Michael's grinding machine, of all the times in the world for it to break down, it's when our knife's in production. So they're still waiting. They had to, obviously, because they have the machine, they had to then sneak in this man's orders and get in, and just in line, basically. So we're really, really sorry. It's just unavoidable. Michael's still, he has the machine in his works, taking apart and trying to fix it. So, but hopefully, hopefully it's not going to be too long till you get, and thank you so much for your patience.
Yeah.
I know you paid for it, and that really grates me that you've had to pay for it first, but
and we did have a number of responses to the email I sent out last week. So thank you very much for coming back with the reassurances. I do appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, don't worry, because I am in a tiz inside this very calm exterior. I am absolutely in a tiz. I just can't wait for to get them in your hands. But again, this time, the next times will be smoother because we're ahead of the game. This time we've already
first time's always
it is slightly with the next two knives planned, and one of them's already in the order, so we're ahead. Next time there'll be not this huge waiting time, Stephen. No, but it can't be the next time.
You're not an old married couple.
You're not allowed make promises.
I made Sally lots of promises. You promised, and she married me, the silly mare.
Yes, we're not going to make the same mistake, Stephen. We are not making the same mistake.
Yeah, that's only because women are now women. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I heard the Supreme Court.
Yeah, congratulations to all you women out there. It's nice to know you're biologically safe. You can now pee in your own changing rooms. I just think this world has gone decking mad.
So is this live show?
Oh, man.
It has gone mad. I want to know when I'm going to become a man.
Oh, that day will never come, Stephen. Or at least I think it's come and gone. It has to be said. As you can see, somebody made the observation that I was in the driving seat tonight. As you can see, that is not true in any way, shape, or form. This is completely out of my control. So what are we doing tonight, Steve?
Okay, we're going to start off.
Get this show on the road.
We're going to start off. We decided we were going to do this. This is our little change up of the channel for a while. How long it lasts, I don't know. It's whether you like it or not, it'll stay. If you don't, we'll find something else.
Hang on.
What?
Who cares if they like it?
All right, enough. It's just
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yes.
Just stay along for the ride.
That's
Play with
it.
us.
If
Play
you can,
with
if
us.
you can put up with us, oh, very well and good. If not, go watch Slippy's channel. You know, well, whatever.
But here we go. The scenario for tonight is the shite has hit the fan, and you're in your own house, but you've no food. You're running short in supplies of food. There's no transport about. There's roadblocks everywhere. You've been given a tip of a place which is 20 miles away that you have to get to and back on foot to collect bags of rice that have come in. Okay, so no staple food. Rice is the staple. So look what happened.
Right. Are we in
Yeah,
Southeast Asia?
The atomic bomb hit the bottom of Ireland, wrecked it completely. The top half's just barely growing things, but the potatoes are all dead.
No potatoes.
No potatoes.
We've got. So we're going for rice, like
This is
Vietnam.
my scenario. This is my scenario.
All right, fair enough.
See?
Fair enough.
So
fair enough.
you've been given a note. There's a factory warehouse you've got to get up to 20 miles away from your home in this city. So this is more of a, you've got to get there and get back. You've got a family at home with young children. So you need the food. You've got to go there. Mikey even has children. He has 17 in this one. And all of them have got 3 arms. They were he got his children after the fall, and it accelerated their birth rate. So he's 17 children with 3 arms. But you've got to get up to this place. So you've got to stay away from the main roads. So you've got to travel light. And obviously, you can't carry a whole lot with you because you've got to bring this big bag of rice back on your back. So I picked on that scenario. So it's a 40-mile trip. And I was, when I first said it, I thought, well, you have 20 miles there and 20 miles back. I couldn't walk 20 miles a day with a bag of rice on my back. So this is maybe a 3-day, for those healthy ones who can do 20 miles a day. I'm not. I'm a sailor. We used to drive there on a ship. So I picked 3 knives that I would take with me just for this scenario. Now we can all take what we like each, else. But what I did want us to do is pick one EDC, well, not EDC, one thing that they would take with us that has multiple uses, because to me, that's the best way. If you got multiple uses, the thing's worth carrying, which is the same in any scenario, whether you're a soldier, on the battlefront, you only carry what's necessary, plus maybe one thing, that's really useful for you. I'm talking like I know what I'm talking about, but I don't. But in this, I'm an ex-Royal Marine in this one, you see. So here we go. Here is my 3 knives that I would take. First of all, I want an all-rounder that will do me for everything I need on a 2-day exped. So I might have to make a fort. I might have to, sleep overnight, obviously, because it's going to take longer. I need to sleep because I'm old. So my first one, and I had a real choice, should I take a bushcraft knife or just take an all-round knife? So I have chosen my Bark Ripper.
Here we go. Here we go.
Which is, it's a well-used knife. It is tried and tested. It has a fantastic handle on it. It's a lovely shaped handle, very comfortable. I don't need gloves to use this all day long. It's a beautiful knife. It's got a nice thick spine on it. Look at that spine. So this is a knife that will do a bit of everything. It's got a convex edge on it. So I've got edge stability for a longer time because it's only A2. I'm saying only A2, but it's tool steel. But it's just that edge will last and last, and I can chop with it and not worry about it defacing my edge at all. So I took that with me. And the other thing that I like about this, again, that multi thing, which this one has a fire starter on the shield. It's also not big and obtrusive. It just tucks into the side of my belt. Or to be honest with you, if I'm trying to be an incognito, I might even just put it in my bag and just carry it for if I need to do heavier tasks. And I can split wood. I don't need an axe because I can split wood down with this. Building a shelter, I really don't need a knife to build a shelter. If I can get into a forested area, a knife is not, or a hatchet is not something I would need because I've been taught how to build them without. So That's why I haven't gone for an axe or something even bigger.
And why would you be going into a forest anyway? This is
At
still an
night time to sleep.
urban apocalypse,
Yes,
baby.
but you have to get. You can't go on the main road. You see,
You've got to
Main
stay off the roads.
Cottages, buildings,
No,
farm
but
buildings.
you can only walk up and down in a building. I'm trying to get 20 miles, so I have to go through forests and off the track.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. You get like as opposed to through a town.
No, you wouldn't do that because you don't. The men are out there.
Ah, we can handle them.
You see, the
Maybe
men
that's
are
the
out
my
there.
bet.
So
We'll be able to handle them.
my second one was one that I took the most time over because I was going to have a big get off me knife, and then I was going to have. So
No. One knife at a time, I think.
all
That's
right,
enough for your scenario.
Okay,
Let's hear
right,
Mikey's
okay.
scenario.
right,
Come back
Mikey.
to your second
Okay,
knife in a
yeah.
sec. Mikey.
So do I have to sort of make my way over to Northern Ireland and then?
No, yours is in England. Yours is the only town that hasn't been nuked.
Oh,
Why
that's it.
would you go over to Northern Ireland? All the potatoes are gone.
I know, but but 20 miles down the road, you've got a big bag of rice.
What have you got?
No,
What have you
I'm
got?
trying to get to the rice.
Ah, I see.
So my
Hey,
first
there's not
one,
enough rice.
my
There's
first
barely
one
enough rice for us.
was a rubber dinghy. And the Lord,
The French, you've got them all.
Can I just
bugger.
point out? Can I just point out that knives and rubber dinghies rarely mix?
Good point, well made. That's why I didn't join the Navy. So, a big all-round knife that can make shelters, chop stuff, maybe used for a bit of argy-bargy, you know.
Yeah.
There was three choices, but I think I thought I'd play it safe with the Becker BK9.
Nice.
So it's 1095 carbon steel, easy to like sharpen, has that fighting Bowie effect, can split wood, and can be used as a pry bar to open sort of doors to Tesco's and stuff like that, you know.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it was a tough choice this because there was a top steel eagle that was in the running. There was the MOD knife, which is basically a sharp piece of steel. But I thought for the size,
The handle on that is beautiful. What's that handle made of? Is that desert ironwood?
it is. I'll have to get back to you on that one because I can't remember.
It's
They
beautiful.
are custom scales that that I'd made for it.
Absolutely stunning.
But yeah, so as a big all-round self-defense chopper, build a shelter, whack somebody around the back of the head, Becker BK9.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. Now, good choice.
Good choice. Beautiful.
Choice.
Beautiful.
Zombies beware.
Yes. Well, I think the zombies are the least. Wait, zombies are easy. It's the survivalists out there, Stephen, that you have to worry about. And I mean, unlike Stephen, because I am not a man of the woods, I'm more of an urban guerrilla. I would of course be making my way cautiously through the streets by night, like Batman himself, using the shadows, becoming one with the dark. Stephen.
Mole man.
Well, it's more fitting one of my stature, I think. It has to be said.
Calls the mole office and sends him to Belfast and then follows in the tracks.
However, given do what? Given the risks that you quite eloquently stated, as in danger with Robinson, danger. I thought to myself, well, I really should put it out of the ballpark and bring something that's almost as big as me to the Paddy Pals.
What, a 91mm? Oh, sorry.
I'm bringing this.
This is his shelter. He just lies on his edge and sleeps under it.
This, yes, is being carried in both hands. And this is my K-Bar, what's its name? Cookery. And I have had this for years and years and years and years.
Just feels. I didn't expect that to be so heavy. I think I've held it before, but I didn't realize.
We've had it down in the woods.
There's some wealth behind that. Is just.
But that's mean self-defense, mate.
Do they still make these?
I don't know. I got this about 20
But
years ago.
I think they do still make one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to hit a tree with that.
Oh, definitely. It's.
I want.
I
To
mean,
hit a tree.
this is a great, but this is great for that kind of chopping.
Yeah.
I mean, parang machete kind of work,
Uh-huh.
but it's also so flipping heavy that you could beat somebody to death. Zombies would be beaten to death by the back of this, but this thing is just. I love this. I ordered this from the States about 22 years ago or something like this.
Before my time.
Well, it was before my wife got suspicious about the stuff I was ordering in the post. And before my real thing kicked in. And when they were still posting things like this from the States for reasonable prices, and it was next to nothing. But it's been in my shed ever since, and we use it occasionally for gardening or bushcrafting or whatnot, and it is my go-to in the case of an apocalypse kind of situation.
So no zombie's ankle would be safe.
No zombie's ankle would be safe in any way, shape, or form. You are quite right.
You might even get to the knee.
They call me the zombie ankle biter. That is my superhero name. Or Zab.
Zab.
Zab, the zombie ankle biter. That's
Zab. Stay away from that, Zab. He's got a bag of rice in his hand and he's very angry.
So I think, I mean, there's absolutely no doubt, given the first round so far, that I would be the first to reach the bag of rice. I'm going to be moving faster through the towns on good thoroughfares and whatever else, and just dealing with the occasional now footless zombie or other post-apocalyptic threat that couldn't even catch me. Okay, so I mean, and Stuart says it quite rightly.
Got it right. He's nailed it.
He also does double up as a nice sort of scone butterer. Although I think people might get a wee bit upset if I brought that one out to chop up my scone.
Not in the apocalypse, they wouldn't. But if you did stop, for like tea and scones, you know, just it'd be great. It'd be fine. It will just work. It will work.
It really would, wouldn't it? Imagine the size of the scones that you would need for that one, though. Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong, WJR. Yes, that is a big knife, especially for someone like me. It disappears in Stephen's hand, but what are you going to do? So, what are you doing? Go.
So, for the second one, and this is the one that caused me the most, because I'm really tempted. I was really tempted to go for a couple of slip joints now. But I changed my mind, and this is why I changed my mind.
Slip joints in an apocalypse.
Well, that's to come. But the reason I chose this knife is that I'm not a knife fighter. I'm not trained in knife fighting, so it's not something I ever really want to get into. But because this is a place that I've got to get to, and if I'm confronted by somebody who is wielding a knife, but here's my thought, right? If I'm going to get attacked going through where I'm going to get going through, it'll be somebody coming from behind me. It's not going to be somebody in front of me.
Okay.
And I think if somebody gets you by the neck, which they normally do, you're very restricted in what you can do unless you're a black belt in origami and can fold them up and throw them over your shoulder.
Interesting.
So
Interesting.
What I've decided to go for is a neck knife. I know this is going to be a bit
always handy. No, I see the sense. I see where you're going here.
The neck knife, if somebody's got you by the throat, it's something that's there in front of you that you can access. Because if somebody's pulling you back, it's very hard to get your hands down to a knife on your belt and get it unclipped and out. Whereas this is such a simple way to get it out. If I can find out how it works. You know, this is such a simple thing to get out.
Hold on a second, zombies. Hold on a second. I just need to get this out.
This,
as the actress said to the bishop.
This is a little Brisa. Used to be the Enzo.
Enzo.
This is actually Enzo. This is the Enzo Pique. Beautiful, absolutely stunning little knife. And I would be using this if I'm stopping at night time. I will be stopping. And I'm going to make a fire. I can do feather sticking with it. Mm-hmm. I can cut up.
Great for that.
I know it's not. It's a Scandi grind, but it's great for wood if I want to do wee notches or anything, whatever, for getting something set up that I can cook on. This is just a perfect little knife. And let me tell you, you can skin anything with this. People say, "Oh, Scandi's just for wood." It's still. Oh, did I not close the door? No, yeah. Sorry, darling. Oh dear, that was lovely. I'm not in the good books. Yes. So that's us told off.
Also,
I mean, this little knife is so sharp, it'll skin anything. It's small enough to do that, especially, I mean, there's the other thing. I mean, why not, if you're out there and you're going to go, 2 days or 3 days away from the house and your children to get rice, while you're sitting there at nighttime, why not hunt? Why not hunt when you're there? If you see rabbits, if you see birds, why not get them? Set traps during the night while you're sleeping. There's hunting being done for you. So
absolutely.
That's what I was thinking. A small knife will do all them sort of things, build traps and that's why I've chosen that. One, I don't want to be a knife fighter, but I don't mind taking this wee knife out and stick it in somebody's thigh to stop them choking me.
And then running like the Billy-O.
Yeah.
Or hobbling
depending
away.
on how much he screams. If he's screaming in real pain, then I'll go back and finish him. I'll go back and stab the eyes out of him. That'll sort him out and cut him up and bring him home.
So we're going down the whole cannibalism right then?
Well, I thought so now.
Well, I mean, somebody pointed out earlier in the show, Mikey, you may have noticed that, I mean, because of Slippy's particular diet, I mean, he might have to turn to cannibalism immediately. Because rice would be no good for him.
Nope.
Not carbs in any way, shape, or form.
Exactly.
So, Slippy would be tucking into Tony's ponies before Tony could even, get out of bed.
Slippy's absolutely fine. He lives on the coast. There's a lot of seagulls.
A lot of seagulls.
Yeah.
But he lives in Wales, which is close to Tony, isn't it?
Well, I mean, it's more than a 20-mile walk to get like Tony's bag of meat.
I know, but I mean, there's some good eating on Tony. I mean, it's probably worth a walk.
To be fair, he does make a mean roast dinner, so yeah, you're probably right.
Well, there's that. There's that.
So that's my second knife. Mikey.
Nice one. That was a nice one. I like that one. I approve that one.
I thought about the neck knife thing. I did think about it.
Yeah.
And at one point, I was contemplating the Gambler.
Oh, it's a great choice.
Again, because it's a little neck knife thing. But then I compared the weight to the TRC staff pole. And there's not a lot in it. There's really not a lot in it. And with that sheath, that would still, you can still have that hanging there. Yeah, that would still work.
I love where your head's at, Mikey.
Is this the Bob Marley sort of effect?
And it's got the single finger pop off for the sheath.
So you're not going to have Stephen's problems.
No. Oh. And that is my next knife down. I think this is the reason why I bought this knife. It's really light. It is really light. It's Magna Cut. My Carter handles. This will do pretty much everything anyway.
So no regret on that one at all?
No, I love this knife. This will skin, this will fight, this will do everything that I need it to. It's got a good, it's just great.
I should have said on mine, the second one, my steels, the first two steels have gone very basic, which is A2, and this one is 12C27, the wee Brisa. And my thought was to take steel.
Easy managed.
If I do damage them, they do blunt out because I'm having to kill that many zombies. I can nighttime sit and sharpen them by the fireside with a basic sharpener, like a little Swiss Army knife sharpener, the pen sharpener. That would be able to keep them up when I get back home.
We are talking about killing ex-humans, aren't we? On a knife channel on YouTube.
Yeah, it's probably not the best message out there. We should put a sort of what do you call it? A caveat out there that this is a fantasy scenario that is never going to happen, in spite of the fact that the world is in the worst state it's ever been.
And if it does happen, it will be on Saturday.
I thought this was going to be real in the very near future.
Yeah. But when you see like the size of that, I just think even in its sheath, that like tucked in there as well, it'll be fine.
I love you. The very thought that you have turned one of the most expensive and beautiful hunting knives into a neck knife. It's absolutely fantastic. That's some brass neck right there. Bang, ding.
Knife number.
I'm here all night, so stick around, folks.
Yeah,
that'll drive them away. I've no
Justin, your knife number 2.
Yeah, my knife number 2. Mikey, You'll be pleased with this one.
Will I?
Because I'm circling back round because, okay, I decided to go for speed to make as much distance as I could possibly do to get ahead of the game. But unfortunately, I've had to take a diversion through the woods. So I have to spend the night in the woods as well. So I'm going to need a bushcraft knife of some sort, shape, or form. So this is why I have this. This is why I have this.
Is that the one that likes to cut Stephen quite a lot?
This is the one that likes to cut.
It's got blood on the blade.
This is the one that you carry on your stomach facing out when you're standing talking to somebody.
This, and Stephen thinks I did it by accident. But any knife that I get needs to be blooded. And this knife has been well and truly blooded. This is, of course, the Mora Garberg. And I got this off our good friend there in the corner, Mikey. And I have to say, this is one of the best, most comfortable bushcraft knives, Scandi grind knives as a whole that I've ever had in my hand. And I just think it's absolutely fantastic. This is the carbon steel. Mikey, you correct me if I'm wrong. It's 1095, isn't it, on this?
I believe I think you're correct. Yeah, it's a carbon. Yeah,
and it is a perfect length. The handle is a perfect girth, for want of a better term. If Elan, stop sniggering, stop being a child, or you'll go to the back of the class again. And I mean, it is absolutely fantastic. It's sharp as a friggin' razor, and it has been, as I've said, proven.
This has got a bit of weight behind it. A lot of Moras are very, very light, very agile, but this has got, the weight is in the handle. I feel the weight in the handle, which is going to make that quite wieldy.
Well, a lot of even the basic more companion and whatnot, they're like half time.
Quarter time.
But that's a ball time, isn't it?
Exactly, which is where the weight, a little bit of the weight comes from.
That will be doing for crushing the rice.
Absolutely. Or the mushrooms and the berries to make up a particular lovely muesli that I've got a recipe for. But who needs to hunt for their own food? Because I'm going to have raided Stephen's stores and I'll be living off this crap. So
will I. I bought enough to do me a whole summer.
He's been prepping like you wouldn't believe. So anyway, Mora Garberg, cracking knife, lovely wee sheath and everything, and it's a lovely carry. It just carries out of the way, nice and low on the dangler. Again, Elan, stop it.
And you've also got your
got your fire starter. So your fire steel. So as an overall little survival kit, it's just first class.
I
could not recommend it highly enough.
I owned that knife for many years and never actually touched it.
You never even took it out of the packet.
It was still in the sealed packet, wasn't it?
It was.
It is a very nice knife.
It's a cracking, and the thing about it is that it's not an overly expensive knife. I mean, Mikey was showing us the TRC.
It's got a sharpener on the back of it too.
It's got a diamond stone on the back, so you can actually touch a blade, and the blade is it's an easily maintained carbon steel. But it's not inexpensive. It's one of the more expensive Moras. But as a survival bushcrafting knife, it's very, very affordable. And not that that's a problem post-apocalypse, but just to bear it in mind.
It's funny, when I was thinking about this, all the knives I was going to choose, and there was quite a few at one stage that were fighting for a place in the three, I actually went for basic steels.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, and it sort of wonders why we get all these long-lasting steels and that, but if you're actually going to war, you're going to something else, they're not really what you want to take.
No, it's very true.
Because unless you're, an expert sharpener, you're going to find yourself stuck if it goes blunt, very blunt. If you hit something and it blunts or chips, to get it sharp in the field.
Well, I mean, where you chose steel for a very good rational reason. Because I was becoming one with the knight, chose two blades that were blacked out. So, I mean, it had to be color coordinated for crying out loud. I mean,
as well, nighttime tactics.
I mean, or I prefer to say bat-tical, given that I'm channeling the whole Batman thing. But enough of that.
I was getting those Batman vibes. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've heard that before. People have said that to me.
Although, Chad, can I just say that Robin has let himself go?
I know, ever since he started wearing tights instead of going bare-legged. No.
Okay. We're on the knife ends, and you would want to put your three knives that you would pick please put them down. And if Justin sees one that's particularly good, we will bring it up and show people what you would carry in the shit at the fans times. You lads must have been watching 28 years later today.
It's funny you should mention that, Stuart, because that was mentioned.
Yes.
And let me tell you, while we're on the subject of people invading Earth, we're talking about that. Oh, we've just found out scientists today have just exclusively.
I really don't know where this is going. I'm afraid
They have just. It was on the news at 6 o'clock. It was color, so it's got to be real. The scientists have found what they believe to be life on a planet that is 2 trillion miles.
Light years.
Yeah,
That's too far to go for a bag of rice. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but the telescope has actually seen life. Now it looks to be life would be sort of in water, or it's small life. But they reckon within a year they'll be able to actually tell us exactly what it is, and is it compatible to Earth? Because the planet itself looks like a smaller. Well, it's twice the size of Earth, but the actual solid ground is much smaller than what you have on Earth. But it's a huge, big planet. So there you go. This time, 2 years time.
You heard it here first.
Have
folks.
your bag packed. This is the time to start.
Yeah, Elon Musk will have us out there in no time, for crying out loud.
So what? Oh yes, the third knife. Now, yeah, people are going to maybe laugh at me in the third knife.
Oh, we have a dissenting opinion.
Oh, Chris.
Lord.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, it all comes down to experience as well. I mean, it's as much as I've used it, Chris, I have absolutely no complaints about it. It's one of the sweetest I've had. But yeah, your mileage may vary.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, exactly. So my third knife is something that I felt that I just had to carry because it's in that realm of what I carry every day, what I'm used to, and I can use it to do any task because it's my go-to knife. Do you know what I mean? And it is literally a pocket knife. There's nothing exciting about it. It's just a pocket knife, but it's a pocket knife that has especially one tool that I might find really, really invaluable. And it is, I keep saying this every time, it's my favorite GEC.
You brought a slip joint to a gunfight.
Yeah.
You brought a sack.
I brought a slip joint. I've got the GEC, and the reason that I think this is a super knife, one, you've got a lovely clip blade, a little small, sheep's foot blade, and then you have this wonderful spike, this absolutely beautiful, deadly spike, which could be used even for fighting if you wanted to. But if you want to drill a hole through something, a bit of wood, like if it takes longer than 3 days, you might be out there. This little thing could help you darn your clothes. It can help you. You can put.
Are you planning on doing a lot of sewing?
I might have knife wounds that have gone through my clothing. You see.
So you're going to stitch up your clothes as opposed to the knife wounds.
Yeah, because you've got to look good. Die in class.
Which is why I'm wearing black. I mean, because everybody looks good in black.
But this is just a great all-round tool just to have on you for anything at all. If you've got to pick a bullet out.
Well, yeah, I know, but as Mark says, it's not exactly as if you've got a pair of scissors. Crying out loud. This is a proper knife, and just to have this in my pocket would be more of a comfort thing because I know what I'm doing with it. Do you know what I mean? I'm used to that 2.5 inch cutting edge on a blade, and I know what it can do, what it can't do, and I just think that's for me is just that was a must to have a small pocket knife that I could do all sorts of jobs with, and I'm going to stick with it. Absolutely.
So there you go, the GEC number 29.
Mikey, talk us some sense. I mean, a slip joint, for crying out loud. What kind of apocalypse is this boy running?
Well, this is the slip joints. I didn't see the real use from my point of view in taking a slip joint. At first, I wasn't even thinking folder. I was thinking 3 fixed blades because they're one-handed use, either hand. But then I was thinking about weight, and I thought about a small Mora as well. because they're nice and they're small and they're slicey and they're good for food prep and this, that, and the other. At one point, I was thinking about a fighting knife, like a pure fighting knife, but I thought the BK9 would like probably keep that like covered. So I thought about a tough locking knife, and I went for the Benchmade Redoubt in D2 because it's really light. It's got a good steel, one-handed opening.
That's a nice slicey one too. It's a good deep blade.
Yeah, and I thought that would pretty much do anything that I need a smaller blade for.
Yeah,
and it's light, and it can go in my pocket. It can go in the top pocket, jean pocket. I should be able to get to it. So yeah, no doubt.
Okay, I can see your reasoning. You're allowed to be wrong.
No, I mean, no, Mikey. I mean, I'm going to shut Paddy up now because I agree with you completely. If we're going to go,
that's going to shut me up.
No, actually,
bloody hell,
I'm delusional. It's the apocalypse, and I'm hungry. Come on, stop it.
It needs his rice and scones.
I'm with you 100%, locking all the way. Just as I mean, apart from anything else, I mean, the last thing we're going to have to worry about is legal regulations.
Exactly.
I'm going to be packing as many fixed blades and locking blades.
The coppers have turned into zombies, and then I can fidget this, and the noise should bring them to me, and then I can attack them with the BK.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, but you have to insult them first. You say, "Can't arrest me now."
Do your words, copper. You never take me alive.
Mikey, nice choice, and that's the Redoubt. What's the steel on it?
D2.
Oh, so it is fairly manageable.
It's very manageable, yeah.
What's the steel on your fancy piece?
Right.
Magna Cut,
Magna.
The TRC.
Magna Cut.
Yeah.
That's a nice. It's easy touched up.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, do you want to know mine?
We do. Anticipation.
Go for it,
Daniel.
Daniel.
Well, note Mark's comment.
Oh no.
But I mean, I have to be in keeping with what I've just said to Mikey. So what I'm doing, Mark, I didn't let you down, bro. I'm going for 111mm for
a locking sack.
A locking sack. And you know why? One, because it's a locker. Two, because it's a bigger blade. Three, because this is a fantastic camp knife for food prep and everything like that with that big blade. But the main reason I'm taking this one is because I'm still afraid of being in the woods without appropriate tools. I'm bringing it mainly because of this sucker here. If I can get it out. Where am I? Where's it? Distract them while I figure it out.
The wrong one.
No, it's here somewhere. Oh, where the hell are you?
This is the problem. The zombies are coming. There's zombies everywhere.
Bloody sacks.
Yeah. Goodbye, Justin.
There's only two of us left now.
See this?
Hands on socks, boys.
This is the best wood saw that you will get in a knife, bar none, because it's longer than the 91mm, and it just gives you that extra bit of length to cut wood. And I mean, we already know how well the wood saws on sacks go.
Why are you going to cut wood?
Well, if I'm building a shelter in the middle of the night, and if I need some firewood and stuff, and if I'm building snares and traps to trap the zombies,
you need a saw.
Yeah.
You've got a kukri.
Yeah, but it won't chop through. This will saw through. This is for the fine work, mate. Fine work.
No, I disagree with that. Sorry.
Well,
not having that.
As you said to Mikey, you can be wrong any way you want. Absolutely. Mark, does that satisfy the sack protagonists out there? Happy to oblige. Apart from anything else, and this is the main reason why
there's a bottle opener on it, a wine bottle opener.
Absolutely, because I mean, as I'm wandering through the town at night, the one thing that I'm going to be doing is seeing if there's a bottle of wine or a couple of bottles of beer in there, and you do need something to open them.
Oh yeah,
I mean, you can't just break the neck. That's uncivilized.
No.
We've got standards, Stephen.
You're not going to be carrying a sword champagne top off.
I know. Well, I mean,
I can see it now more clearly why you took it. Yeah.
You know, priorities.
We picnic in the woods.
But actually, the main reason is I didn't ever get a chance to show this one off because I love this one. It's a wood handle 111, and it's remained in my collection. It's a lovely one. Anyway, that's that one, and that's my third knife.
So, what have you got to say in the audience? Is there any of them picks you think are ridiculous, or any that
None of them
really
are ridiculous in my eyes. They've all got merit. All got merit.
Exactly. The cigar cutter. Yeah. No, I mean, and this is the sort of thing that I would like you to do. Different scenarios, and they're not all going to be zombie apocalypse. That was just for tonight. But we'll do different scenarios and what you would take with you. And I mean, it's lovely to see people's rational decision for taking a certain knife, and that we're all different. There's not one of us the same.
Well, absolutely, and there are a few comments in the chat.
John's made a great one. CK's made a great list.
Yeah, he did actually, and I didn't. Unfortunately, I didn't pick that one. Can you search? I know. I'll look back for it. Oh, there it is. There. Yeah, it was a great list. And I mean, it was. Yeah.
Just as a gambler to substitute for a game of spin the ball.
But 110.
If I manage to ship it back to me. And actually, Shibboleth as a nod to my friends.
For goodness sake, TK, there's no room for sentimentality in Armageddon.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, and that's surprising. There isn't a big knife in there, other than a buck.
Yeah,
So, I mean, I chose that Bark River because it's really the most useful average size knife. I didn't really want the big one because of the weight and to carry it. So,
Zen's gone for 3 fixed blades, and I was very tempted to go for that.
The Bradford Guardian's a lovely one as well. They're lovely, lovely 3 sizes.
SE6, I'm really growing to like, but it's very similar in size to my Bark River.
Exactly. How many of the same do you need? Yeah.
Yeah, it is, and I mean that's the sort of thing with when I'm talking about slip joints. I could have as many as I like, but I still find it very hard to buy fixed blades. I still find it hard because when you've got a couple, buying another one just doesn't feed my excitement. You know what I mean? I love my Bark River. I've got one of Ron Snell's knives, which is
Sean, really
out of here.
Sorry, yeah, I was really tempted by Ron's knife, but I have to say,
I was tempted.
The Garberg, the Garberg was just because it has and it had a little bit more thinness to it.
I was tempted by the railway track.
Yeah. I mean, you could quite happily beat a zombie to death with one of them. It's then chop it up.
And that's why I picked that one, because it's just solid, and it'll do. I'm not going to need to chop down a tree to build a shelter. Do you know what I mean? So I can get by with that, and my 16 stone of love hanging off branches to break them.
That's an image that is
an image we're probably going to see sometime in the summer when we go camping.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'd go with the cookery every time for Starbucks. I think that's perfectly reasonable.
For Starbucks, I'm probably going to go with the BK9.
Yeah. Obviously. Now, if it was,
what is the topic I'm watching on silent?
It doesn't make any more sense with the sound on.
Leave the sound out, just go on actions.
It really doesn't.
Or inactions.
So we do have a couple of other ones. So we're going to come on to our extra.
We added a little. Well,
Steve always does this. He always puts in an extra on the date.
Yeah. At about 4 o'clock this afternoon, just one more thing about the night.
I know. And I suppose, I mean, before we get on to that, there are some observations because people were catching on to this. I mean, and yes, a multi-tool was definitely in the offing. I mean, Stephen came close with his 3-bladed GEC. I definitely crossed the line, probably with my sack. And I have to say,
not for the first time, Josh.
Hey, bada bing! Thank you very much, there, Mikey. Oh no, he lands away again. There he goes. But I was definitely thinking about a Leatherman as well. Definitely.
Yeah, I think if it was going to be an in-city thing,
Yes.
I would have definitely had a multi-tool because of the fact that you might have to unscrew something, that sort of thing. But because I was
somewhere
making my way through country to somewhere else,
that
was the only thing that stopped me.
Yeah.
Taking a multi-tool, because as much as I rake people, the Leatherman Wave to me is just one of the most useful tools any man can have. Full stop.
Yeah.
To me, it's the price is right. The tools are okay. The only thing that I would say that puts me off the Leatherman is the drill bit, or not the drill bits, but the screw bits.
The screw bits are being flat.
But they also round very easily.
Oh, really? They're softer.
They're not. I find I was actually using mine at the weekend. There you go. Using it this week. I put a big unit into the bathroom, and I was putting it together. And the end, I had to go and just get my normal screwdrivers because I was starting to ruin the bits, and I didn't want. You could see the just coming off them and round. I thought, no, just put that away for emergencies.
But I mean, yeah,
I must find out if you can get a better standard.
I think you
If
can.
WeeJud does a set, I would love a set of WeeJud.
I'll show you actually. I might actually have some here, but there is a different set of bits that you can. I don't know if they're any harder than Leatherman bits, but they fit in the Leatherman.
I don't think I would need them in all the wide range of Leatherman bits, but I would like them in the Posi Drive 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And I would like a couple of flatheads that size.
A couple of fatheads. I can see two from here.
Oh no, there's enough fat heads in this show. Thank you very much. And then again, there's this one, Mikey, and I mean, I was almost to bring this up, but is that jerk?
Jerk, yeah, that's jerk.
Yeah, jerk. Well, on it, jerk. You want to be really careful about, because I have been. I mean, Slippy will tell you, Mikey will tell you, Stephen will tell you. I have been well and truly sucked down the flashlight rabbit hole. It has been this month. It has just been a really obsessive impulse with me, and I have not been able to control it. It has just been very bad. And you were about to say something there.
Yeah, we were only doing this for knives, really. Yeah. Flashlights obviously would be, if you were just bringing the tools that you need to carry. I would always have a flashlight and a rechargeable battery with me to keep me going for a couple of days with a flashlight. Which, what about the power bank? Miss Lynn, the power bank weighs about a stone. Just no way. I can barely walk 20 miles there and then back again. No, I've got a bag of rice in my back.
That's what he's got a porter for. Apparently, I'd be a Sherpa in this thing.
Yeah, that's right enough. A trained zombie Sherpa. Yeah,
there's precedent.
So that's right. But what I did was at about 4 o'clock today, I sent a wee text said, just add one more wee thing in case we run out of things to talk about. And it was something you would take with you on an overnighter or whatever that would have multifunctional uses. Because if I'm packing any sort of a go bag, nearly everything in there, I want it to be multifunction. It will do something other than the main tool that it's there for. And it's something that I would take with me. So I have no idea what the boys have picked. I picked mine. And I'm going to go last this time. And Jud's going to go first.
What are we doing? I was doing something else, and then my computer just crapped out on me. So I'm flying blind here.
The last thing that I said we're going to do, something that you're going to bring with you, that's not a knife that you would want to take with you on this.
Oh yeah,
this expedition.
Yeah.
Because the more I think about it, it might take me 3 or 4 days to do 20 miles. A Zippo. There you go.
Now it just says punch it on here, but because our thingy's mirrored. Let me swap this over so you can actually see it. Punch it. Hey.
And this is when he was doing the Punch and Judy show.
Now, if anybody can tell me where that quote's from, you get a spot prize. And Mark again, MB, as everybody knows, butane is the way to go. Lighter, baby.
Right?
Brilliant. Not a baby.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know why, but yeah.
Have you picked the lighter as well?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Yeah, a lighter, absolutely, 100%. But it only does one thing.
Yeah, I know.
Didn't get enough time to think.
No. Well, actually, I did, but I don't think you'd allow me to have it.
Well, I'm not that sort of cruel mistress.
Because this is what it actually brings.
Well, there you go.
And there's my little EDC kit.
And that's an urban jungle.
EDC kit.
Essentially, yeah, it's a nice wee
How many
EDC kit,
items is in that one item?
5.
and that's great.
It's a multi-tool, Mikey. It's a multi-tool.
But that is the sort of thing, yes, if you're in an urban sense,
It's
that
good.
would be perfect.
Fits in your pocket. Look at that. Check it out. Fits in your pocket.
Check it out.
Oh,
Check.
I like what it did there.
Yeah,
You see?
yeah.
You're all night.
Not got long to go now, folks.
Like
Not got long to go.
We said this would be the dying end. Go ahead. What's yours, Mikey? Let's see what one of your.
Well, I was
essentials
going.
you would take
I was going to stick with the one-handed opening.
Yeah,
Leatherman,
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
very nice.
all on magnets as well. I mean, it has got another blade as well, but it's got a saw on it.
They're
And,
not a bad. They'll do you at a push.
yeah,
They'll do you, and they're easy sharp, not a wee stick.
and that. But yeah, it's just the Leatherman 3 P4,
Right.
which is the one they based the arc off of. But yeah,
Yeah.
Nice one. Now, Mikey, just as a matter of interest, how many Leathermans do you have?
2 less than I used to have.
Really?
I sold you one, didn't I? And I sold one in a week as well.
I know, but you only sold me a wee one.
Yeah, but it's still a Leatherman.
No, that's true. It's true.
And you
It's
sold
true.
me one the week before.
Week after, yeah. I did.
The wee Leatherman
PK style, wasn't it? PS
PS
style?
style.
Yes,
And I have
yeah.
to say,
Style.
I love it.
Style PS, yeah.
Cracker.
I love it really because I carry the wee Atanawa on my key ring anyway, and I put that on because I want a wee thing like that. It's for the pliers. That's
Yeah.
what I want it for, and they're lovely little pliers.
They
on
are.
it.
They're perfect.
It's great for.
But I mean, as we've already discussed, Mikey, you can't go wrong with a Leatherman, really.
Now it's got the saw on it, and it's got a blade, and it's got the pliers, and then it's got like nail stuff and screwdrivers and stuff. And I thought, as a multi-tool, it's a really good pair of like pliers. It's one-handed opening as well, and a belt pouch. So yeah, just in case I need this on my adventure to get my bag of rice.
And
There you go.
it was really funny because one of the things I remember about watching The Walking Dead, Mikey, I'm sure it was a show that you watched.
It was,
yeah. But there was a scene with Carol and Daryl. I've only just noticed that they ran.
Carol and Daryl, yeah.
Carol and Daryl. And Daryl's looking for something to fix his bike, and Carol hands him a Leatherman, right? And he keeps the Leatherman. And then there's another scene later on, and she's looking for something to fix something, and somebody hands her a Swiss Champ. So it's like multi-tool central. And if you can't believe The Walking Dead as an indicator of what you need for the apocalypse, then who can you believe?
Exactly, it's all there for you. It's
the same scenario that we have built in. So I haven't even watched it, but obviously it is a real thing.
I mean, because it's instinctive.
Was it in color, the film?
Yes.
Oh,
So it must be true.
Yeah, there was reality in it. Then.
it's a guide for our times. You know, it's
It is. It really is. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Preparing for the absolute apocalypse. What's The Walking Dead?
Started and condoned by J.R. Trump. So I was going a bit more practical because when I think about leaving the house, I worry about my fluid intake and when am I going to get my next cup of tea? So I decided, and this is a proper, I've got my military mess can. I have got this is my own one. I made an own lid for it as well. This is the old Pussers, our Army's the same.
I thought we were doing blades and those kind of articles because we'd be carrying this stuff anyway, surely.
But yeah, we'd be carrying everything. But that's why I said, just to show one thing that you would be carrying.
Right.
Ours is not the reason why.
You have to do and die.
And let him have the last
So
word.
this is what I picked was just my tip, but this has multi uses because I can boil water. I can drink the tea out of it. I can smoke something in it. But inside my mess bin, as we always would have done, I have Vaseline cotton balls and another faro rod for starting a fire. I have a lighter. This will be filled with lemon tea because that's my potions when I'm out. It's easy to, you don't need milk or anything with it, so that'll be there. And then a cloth to lift it off the fire. So, I mean, it's just dead simple little things that's all inside. And that's what I would use as my my pick for something that would be a must for me, because I can't live without tea.
Do you know what?
Life.
If we don't go through the woods, if we stay on the roads, we could probably stop at Costa.
Yeah, you could have had, but then the zombies would have got you.
Starbucks?
And is a cup of Costa? Is a cup of Costa worth the pain?
Tesco's. We could have stopped at Tesco's.
Yeah, somehow I think it might be empty if I'm traveling 20 miles there and 20 miles back to get a bag of rice.
To be fair, with your planning and stuff, yeah, we'd probably get there and the bag of rice would be about 1 gram. It'd be like a tiny little bag of rice.
It'd be a boil in the bag each.
Yeah, Uncle Ben's.
So that was my wee one. But I just take that sort of thing when I'm going out camping. Anytime we were going out in the woods or something, I love having. That's nearly a wee kit in its own, is what you can put in there, because you can change whatever you want of it. So I like having it, and a lot of it will be redundancy stuff, like a spare ferro rod, a lighter, cotton wool, Vaseline. I'll have that in 2 or 3 places in a bag. Because I like.
He'll have Vaseline in 2 or 3 places. Yes, yes, you can see that one coming a ladder.
And it stops chafing for those of you who don't know.
Yes, and Elan, back of the class, all the gear and no idea sort of fellow. Would you stop stating the obvious? Honestly.
So, if you've got any suggestions in what,
sure, that's probably closer to it there.
And if you've got any suggestions of any scenarios that you would like us to follow out, try not to keep them the same as this. Make them completely different so that we get a chance to change up our knives for that. And if you want us to add one wee extra thing in at the end, let us know.
Are you actually asking the audience for ideas of scenarios? And we've got the likes of Sean in there and Elan.
Yeah.
And
but we reserve the right to ignore them as always, Mike.
We'll probably have a show next week on lubricants.
No, that's trying to. Well, yeah. Again, we'll have a selection procedure.
But yeah, put them down, any scenarios, and if you put them down on the comments after this goes up on YouTube, that way we can see them quickly and know what they're for. So please do that. And we're going to give a plug to Mark MBEDC
on Sunday
at about 9:30 in it.
Yeah, something like that. And I mean, we're definitely giving a plug to Mark, but we're not mentioning TK and Slippy show in any way, shape, or form.
Their show's on a stupid time, about 6, half 6 in it on a Sunday.
Don't give them the free advertising.
Oh,
6 o'clock on a Sunday. Be there or be square.
Shut up, Mikey. You traitor.
Yeah.
Traitor.
Oh, Zen, it's nice to know that you've got your head in the mission. You're on mission, my bro.
What's
well done.
Got?
Jane's on mission. He's about to move out because he knows there's rice 20 miles away.
How far will you go for a bag of rice?
I'd do anything for a cup of Earl Grey, though, Lynn. There you go.
Yeah, well, actually, in there I've hot chocolate for night time because I like to sleep with a hot chocolate.
I thought that might have made a nice all-rounder as well, to be fair.
Oh, show that one up, Mikey.
Is
that the poop?
That's the one that I picked up, wasn't it? Just before Texas.
Oh, very smooth.
Carbon steel.
Is that really thin and slicey?
It's thin enough, yeah.
Yeah, it's what's that, about 3 mil?
No.
Or is it that?
No, isn't it?
Oh, that'll be at least 3 mil, wouldn't it?
No. It's not 3 mil.
2.5?
Yeah.
That's a big.
But it's a big blade, and it strikes the fire steel and stuff, and it's slicey and it's easy to sharpen because it's carbon steel.
Very nice. Where'd you get that?
I picked this up. Me and Sean and Lynn were at antiques fair a few weeks back, and I found it on a stall there. Cleaned it up, sharpened it up. It's an awesome knife. Fantastic.
Very nice. It's a lovely one to end on, Mikey. It really is.
Show a knife.
Because we're an hour over. We've got 50 people who have stuck with us, the suckers.
No. Thank you
Punters.
so much.
Supporters, sorry.
And do me a favor, out of all 50 that are still here, hit the subscribe, or not the subscribe.
button.
Hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It really helps us get out there.
Don't subscribe.
It really does.
It's-
I really
It's
appreciate
not
it.
good for your mental health, people. Please don't
Yeah.
do it.
Not
Oh, we
not
did
good for
use-
mine.
I can give them names for psychiatrists. Look what they've done for me.
Well, there is that.
Yeah.
There is that. Mikey, always a pleasure, my boy.
Yeah,
Folks,
take care,
thank you
buddy.
very much for joining us for this nonsense and for what has been an unpredictable
Yeah.
and wild
Yeah.
ride.
And please let us know what you think
Which
of it.
one
You know,
of us
once-
got to the bag of rice first?
Oh, that's for another that's for another
Right.
night. That is a tale for another night.
Yeah, the end of the story now.
Mm.
Absolutely. Tony, you're not wrong, bro. And we'll be glad to hear, apart from some problems with Mikey's sound, which I think has cleared up as we've been going along.
Yeah.
We've been using the new, and this is take 3 on the new technology. So hopefully this one's working well. And thanks a million, folks, for sticking with us. And we'll see you all again next week.
Same
Bye,
time,
Lord.
same people.